The Last Wish in the World by Year 3-4 Headlands Primary School. It was rush hour in the city. All afternoon snow had been falling. Colossal skyscrapers towered above the streets. People rushed in and out of shops, and tourists excitedly took photographs of unforgettable sights. Workers panted furiously as they scurried past the wizard in a hurry. No one noticed the wizard come out of the train station. His long old cloak, which was forever changing its colour like a chameleon, dragged along in the wintry snow. His folded pointed over hat was as ancient as Stonehenge. The crooked crumpled hat stood on the unknown wizard's head as the snow fell down calmly on top of him. The gentleman had a great white beard which perfectly complemented his long wispy hair and his hairy nostrils. His lips were very chapped from the cold air, and when he opened them, his black teeth and gold fillings were displayed. His moon-shaped glasses were sat beneath his bushy eyebrows and were covered in snow. His eyes were the colour of dark chocolate. The golden freckles on his cheeks gleamed brightly like stars in the moonlight. What was he doing in a bustling station? He looked around apprehensively as he wandered towards the crowded streets. He rubbed his long bony hands together in the cold winter air. As the wizard started walking, people were pushing and shoving him frantically to get to work or go shopping. "Maybe here, maybe someone in this huge city will take it," he muttered to himself. He reached below his cloak for the box. The hinged box was mysterious and black as night. It had ancient symmetrical symbols on it, and he held it in his crumbly hands. Attached to the box was an old scruffy yellowing label that said in blue writing, "The last wish in the world, guaranteed to come true." And so the wizard waited and waited, until an old man appeared from out of the darkness. His scraggy grey hair looked like a bird had landed on his head and made it his home. His back was hunched and his face was screwed up like a fallen leaf on an autumn day. He looked like he was born to frown. His lip quivered as if he was looking for trouble. Like a tortoise, he moved slowly without rhythm. He held his back as if in constant pain. A walking stick helped guide his journey. The wizard stood and politely asked the old man, "Excuse me, would you like this box?" Rather rudely, the old man replied, "No, I've got plenty of boxes in my attic, thank you very much." "But it's the last wish in the world," replied the wizard. "I don't believe you. Now leave me alone and shut your pie hole, or I'll whack you on the head with my stick." And off he trundled, as angry as when he'd arrived. A crumpled doctor appeared. Her doctor's coat looked like it hadn't been ironed for years. A stethoscope was coiled around her neck like a snake. She held a piece of paper in her hand, which was clearly disturbing her. You could guess that she was disorganised and desperately trying to catch up on work. The doctor moved sternly, stiffly and importantly. Her long hair swished from side to side and her heels clicked on the pavement. The doctor took several strides, then paused to focus on her piece of paper. Seeing the doctor approaching, the wizard jumped up quickly. "Excuse me, would you like this box? It's the last wish in the world." He was almost begging. "No, I have to get to work." It was obvious she didn't want to get wrapped up in conversation. "But please, it's the last wish in the world." He jumped to block the doctor's path. "I don't believe you. I believe in science, not nonsense. Goodbye." Her goodbye was stern. She continued her journey. An elegant, tanned, well-dressed young woman crossed the road. She moved gracefully and confidently. She wanted people to look at her. Her eyes looked towards the sky with a hint of a sparkle. She had an almost dazed expression on her face, as if she were daydreaming. She wore a smile. This was her first day at the makeup shop, and she was excited. A brightly coloured, almost see-through silk scarf was draped over her shoulders and trailed down behind her. She looked like a sunset. Her feet were slightly turned in and her toes seemed to kiss on every step. Perhaps this was the person, thought the wizard. He'd sidestepped into her path. Wait, wait, wait! He desperately thought of a way to convince her. Take this box! Take this box! It'll make you happy! I have to go to the makeup shop. Bye! She tried to walk on. Oh, just take it, please, pleaded the wizard. I have to go. Goodbye, said the young woman, and disappeared into the crowd. The wizard had failed. His journey had taken him around the world, but still the box was in his hands. Feeling he could do no more, he placed the box upon a bench and left. He disappeared into the night. Then the girl arrived. She sat on the bench, resting from her journey home from school. She saw the box, picked it up, and read the label. The last wish in the world, guaranteed to come true. She read again. The last wish. She frowned and bit her lip. She had only one chance, it seemed. After that, the world would apparently be wishless. What should she wish for then? To be rich? To be famous? However hard she tried, she just couldn't make up her mind. Soon her head ached with all the wishes she had to choose from. This is no fun at all, she wailed. I wish that the wish in this box wasn't the last wish in the world. And she threw the box down on the bench. The lid snapped off. So, hurrying away, she didn't notice that she got exactly what she wanted. For out of the broken box slipped wish after wish, all guaranteed to come true. Twisting and turning like snowflakes in the cold night air, they floated over the streets, along the alleys and the shopping centres until they filled every highway and byway in the city. And there, only waiting for someone to discover them, they still are to this day.